Are we going to do this in interview style? You're going to ask me questions?
I'm just going to ask you the one question and just leave it to you because I want you to be able to. I'm not associated with anybody. I'm completely independent. I run it myself. I do all the work. I love doing all the photography, all the videography. And when I was watching all the programming that you do on the television, and then I started following your stuff through the Pathfinder School, and especially the Pathfinder Learning Center Facebook page.
Yep.
I get a lot of great information out of that, and I see that you're active in that. You even commented on a couple of the things that I've posted, and I think that that's a really good way to be able to reach more people and more of a diverse people, and more people with children would understand that the skills that are out there to learn, as opposed to just learning with video games and cell phones and everything else. I mean, I have a 2-year-old and a 19-year-old. So it's quite a gap there. So I wanted to know how to, or what your view was as applying the 5 C's to family type outings and teachings when you're teaching with younger children.
Are you running?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of got a twofold question going on there, because the first thing is about teaching kids, period, no matter what you're teaching them. And I think that today I hear a lot of people complain on the discussion boards, on the internet, in person, that kids are stuck in video game world now, and all they do is want to sit in front of the television or sit in front of a video game. And I think a lot of that, the parents have to take responsibility for that, because if you don't have the skills yourself to teach your child something else, then they're going to be left to their own devices. If you don't have time for them to teach them something else, then they're going to be left to their own devices. And they're going to do whatever there is to do, and nowadays, that's what there is to do, play video games. So, just like yesterday, we had quite a few children in there doing band weaving from Scandinavia with Tony Daniel. And if you give them something to do, and you show them how to do it, they'll sit there and wear that thing out until you kick them off of it. I mean, they're having fun. But they're outside, they're learning a skill, and they are applying that skill to using cordage, which is one of the 5 C's. So you've taken a simple thing like a piece of string, and you've taught them how to take that cordage to the next level, and now I've made a band. So now I can make anything from a belt to a backpack strap to a set of leg ties to a shoulder strap for a haversack or a purse in the case of a female. Anything that I want to make now, I can make with this cordage. And so I think taking those 5 C's to the next level is really the critical thing. Understanding that I have to have a cutting tool, a combustion device, a container, some type of cover element, and cordage in my kit whenever I go out into the woods, or whenever I go out for a day hike or to recreate at all. That's an important thing. But understanding how to take those pieces of kit to the next level. What's the next level on having a cutting tool? Do I know how to maintain it? Do I know how to sharpen it? Do I know how to repair it if I get a nick in it? Do I understand how to make one from scrap material from a junkyard? Could I make a knife from a file if I needed to? Those types of things are things you can teach kids that help them take those 5 C's to the next level. And just like combustion, does your child know how to rescue a big lighter if it gets soaking wet? Do they understand the mentality of next fire, making charred material, so that you can then take that charred material and only have to have a spark from the lighter, even if it's out of fluid? I can't tell you how many big lighters I found on the side of the road or the side of a creek bank that still would spark, but they had no fluid left in them. It's notorious for big lighters to run out of fluid long before they run out of spark. If I understand that I can make charred material, utilize that combustion device to ignite that material, then I've learned another lesson in that combustion level. And then you take that to the next level of primitive skills like flint and steel, bow drill fires, hand drill fires, fire plows, that type of thing. So you can take all of these 5 C's and you can start off with them, teach them how to carry them, what to carry them, when to carry them. And then you take them to the next level to teach them, now what do I do with this that makes it so important? Because just telling them it's important isn't enough. They have to understand, like the cordage. This cordage is important because it will tie a lash of bind. But what can I make with this? Can I make a trap with this? Can I fish with this? Can I repair my gear with this? Can I make something for my gear with this? All of those things are important as well, all the way up to taking multiple cordages and weaving a full-size haversack or a shawl or a cape. You can do all of those things with cordage. You just have to have the skills to be able to do that. And so I think that parents should look at those 5 C's and say, what can I teach my child that's related to one of those 5 C's that will help them not only get outside and get away from things like the video games, but also teach them to do research, to do practical exercises to learn a skill, and then take their skills to the next level so that they can pass it on to someone else.
Cool, thank you.